Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys. This blog post, I think it's a blog post that comes from a newspaper article. It's kind of old. However, it is important because we know how many pedophiles Scientology harbors, as well as they allow them to continue R-ing the children. They do not report them to authorities. So this was from the East Greenfield Observer, dated 25 January 1994. That's where Chris Mallon was. And Chris Mallon, he spoke truth. Chris Mallon is a righteous dude. Unlike some people. Evil sex pervert sent to prison. Scientology teacher molested schoolboys. The East Greenfield Observer, 25 January 1994. A pervert teacher at the Scientologists' Greenfield School in Forest Row, who were sexually assaulted young boys, has been jailed for 5 years. Mark Kent, 32, of Lewes Road, Forest Row, molested 6 teenage schoolboys over a period of 7 years. See that? They covered for him for 6 or 7 years. Because all of that gets told in auditing. All of it does. And took filthy videos of himself in acts with his young victims. In other words, our videos. Hove Crown Court heard Kent was found to have a videotape shooting scenes from the cult school's fete, F-E-T-E, interspersed with sickening footage of himself and young boys, and covert filming of naked school children showering. Can really tell how the times have changed, can't we? Probably be accused of a hate crime if you use filthy in a newspaper article nowadays. Sentencing him, Judge Gower, QC, said, "The boys and parents put their trust in you. You betrayed it for the gratification of your own perverted lust." Kent admitted 6 charges of indecent assault and 1 charge of indecent video, asking for 2 similar charges to be taken into consideration. Richard Cherrill, defending, said, "This is a very sad and anxious case from many points of view. Mark had been teaching at the school for about 10 years. You know, the predators always go where the children are. And spent money on them, and that was not to corrupt them. The boys loved and trusted him." That's grooming. You guys just go and look at the current lawsuit against the Delphi coach who was abusing the boys. You know, and I know, that there were more victims that have not come forward. You know this. Scientology better start opening its wallet. Money. The boys were his life. He worshipped them, kind of like Michael Jackson did with his little victims, and spent money on them, and that was not to corrupt them. The boys loved and trusted him. He is thoroughly remorseful, and one hopes and trusts. I don't trust nothing. That with certain help, there is a minimal chance of it reoccurring. There's no chance of that. Zero. Absolutely zero chance that there will not be a reoccurrence. The boys are still very fond of him and anxious about his future. Mr. Cheryl added that there was a flame of hope. Could that be a reference to Lucifer? For his future, because he was now engaged to a woman. Oh, so he's magically rehabilitated himself? That doesn't sound like Scientology, does it? And what kind of woman would engage herself with a child predator? Inga Norris, who he had met before being arrested by the police. What do they call it in Hollywood? A beard wife? But I don't know what you call it when it's actually a pedophile marrying someone. It's the same idea. She told the court there's no chance of anything like this happening again. You know, like she can read the future, right? I know him very well. He is blaming himself very deeply. It's a very interesting name, Inga. Maybe German. I don't know what that last name is. Miss Norris of Benchwood Close, East Grinstead, added, I visit him in prison regularly, and we have lots of talks, and he is feeling really guilty. We want to get married and have lots of children. Well, isn't that great, you guys? So he can produce more victims for him? Sentencing Kent to a 5-year jail term. Judge Gowan said, is 5 the magic number for the pedophiles? Don't a lot of the urban youth get more time for dealing marijuana? The fact of the matter is, I don't like that term, is when this case is stripped of all the language that can be used about it, the bare fact is that you were in a position of trust, and over a period, you betrayed that trust. Facts. This archive is presented in the public interest for research purposes. Okay, guys, I will put the link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night. Peace.